Hello, everybody. It's Marcus from PageProof here to go through another PageProof Academy. So today we're going to go through video proofing. So what I want to show you today was some of the features of the PageProof video proofing screens and some of the capabilities, but also taking the time to show you something new, something that hasn't been shown to the world at all. You'll be the first people to actually see this. And it's a really exciting thing, and that'll be at the end, of course. So let's get straight in and take a look at the video proofing. Now, as you know, with PageProof, PageProof lets you review any kind of work. So you can take PDFs, you can take JPEGs and PowerPoint files, a whole different range of different things, including things like Figma prototypes, the wide range. And of course, video is one of those things. So you can drag and drop your video files, being MP4 or MOV files or AVIs, for example, drop them into PageProof and send them out via a workflow. And that then invites in your reviewers so they can take the time to leave feedback on your video. Now, what I wanted to actually go through was looking at the proofing experience, because going through setting up a proof, we have many webinars on doing that, and our CS team can help you with setting up workflows and checklists. But what I want to show you is the video proofing screen. So let's take a look at the PageProof video proofing screen. So a couple of things to note. Here we are inside the PageProof proofing screen, and this is for video. And you will have noticed that if you've been a long-time PageProof user, that the video player has changed. In fact, only a few months ago, we dramatically upgraded the video player so that it supported, a wide range of different options and gave you some more features. And we'll talk about those in this academy. So first thing we want to talk about was the file support, what you can put in here. So MP4s, MOV files, AVIs, those kinds of things. Those can be dragged and dropped. You can also, from inside of Premiere Pro and After Effects, use the PageProof plugin, which is available on the Adobe Marketplace inside your Adobe app. You can send your videos directly from those tools as well. So if you're sitting inside Premiere Pro, for example, and you think, oh, I want to send this video out, very simply go to the PageProof plugin and click Create New Proof, and that will create the proof for you directly from inside of Premiere Pro and also After Effects. Number two, we added support for SRT files. So if you're working with any kind of subtitle files, you can take the SRT file, drop it into PageProof, and we'll render that so that people are able to look at the SRT file. And we recommend that you use that. You can even have that as a different version. So your first version of your proof might be the SRT file. The second version might be the actual video, and then you can go into compare mode so you can see the video playing with the SRT and those sorts of things as well. So some really nice options there for people being able to look at those SRT files and look at the subtitles that will go along with the video. Number three, GIF files. So if you are working with animated GIFs and you want to get feedback on those, drag and drop the GIF file into PageProof. We actually turn it into a video file. And the reason that we turn it into a video file is so that you can comment on it, your reviewers can comment on it and give you feedback, which is at certain points of time. So obviously with a GIF, it just animates over and over and over. Putting it into PageProof, it will turn it into a video. It still loops it and animates it over and over, but when you stop and place a comment, stops it, and that can be recorded and so that you're able to make those changes that you see. Okay, so here is the video player up on screen. And you'll notice from here, we've got the controls over on the left-hand side here, being able to play the video. Got the ability here to go frame advance, so you can frame forward, frame back if you want to. So those are there. And then also the ability to skip forward as well. So you can jump forward 5 seconds, jump back, etc., etc. So those are your basic controls over here on the left-hand side. In the center of the screen, you'll see that we've got the duration or the timings. And right at the moment, you'll notice that it's showing us that we're 2 seconds into this 24-second video. A lot of people don't realize you can actually click into here and jump to time. So I can literally type into here and I can say, go 9 seconds in, hit the enter key, and boom, it just jumps you to time. So you can do that inside of here if you want to. You've also got the option, you'll see there's two little arrows here. You can change the time format. So you can actually go to a SMPTE timecode if you prefer that. So going to the SMPTE timecode will display this for you in the minutes, seconds, and frames as well. So you've got that option. If you want a bit more granular control, you can do that. And then over here on the right-hand side, you've got the volume control, so you can set the volume. You've got the quality, so you can choose which of these you want to play in, so you can just make sure that you're seeing it in the way you expect, and we'll auto choose the best one for the connection that you're on. This next one here is speeding up the playback and slowing it down. So if you want to play it at 1.5 times speed, or you're slow it right down to half speed, or whatever it is, you've got those there. And of course, looping. So you can turn on the loop option, press play, and the page review will just loop that continuously. So that is in there as well. And then the one on the end here is the full screen mode. So if you want to go full screen on your video, you click on the full screen mode, and that will take you full screen for this video player. Really interesting thing about when it comes to working with video inside video players, a lot of people working in video want to be in dark mode. So if you want to be in dark mode for your video player, finger onto the keyboard, onto the D, and press D twice. So if you go D, D, boom, it switches your player into dark mode. So now you can have that dark mode experience for your video. And of course, if you want to prefer to use PageProof this way for your other proofing formats, then you can just leave it in dark mode. Pressing that D again twice will take you to light mode. So you've got the options for those there if you want it. Let's talk about putting some feedback on here. So if we just going to take this back, I'm going to hit play, and then I'm going to grab the red pen tool, and I'm going to place some feedback. So I can draw on this video. So you can see here I've selected over an area, and I'm going to say this needs to be removed. So I can just say, hey, remove this from the scene, and then add that comment onto the proof. And that puts in onto the timeline. You can see it's put into here, the marker on the timeline. We've got the feedback there. And you're also able, you'll see that there are some panhandles around the outside of that. Those panhandles, by the way, enable you to stretch that over time. So if you want to stretch that comment over time, you can do that. So you can span it for there. So, and you'll notice up inside the comment, we've got the time codes showing up inside here. And in fact, on the span, you can see the time codes are showing here as well. So just showing you how that works. Okay, so I'm going to keep playing this through. See something else that I'd like to put feedback on, just grab the pen tool, and I can see that I want to leave feedback here. I also want to put some feedback here, and I want to put some feedback here. So you can do multiple pins for one comment. Something, again, a lot of people don't realize. And in fact, you can keep playing that video, you can advance it a few frames and put another pin in. And so you can have pins in different marks of time on the timeline for one comment. So this is a really, really great way of putting all that information in here. So I'm going to say, please change, and just add that comment onto the proof. So you can see that inside of here, and you can see all the panhandles showing up down there as well. If you want to span those are all possible to do. Okay, so we're really excited to work with this new video player. And as you can see, there's a whole lot of features packed inside of here for what you can do with this. Now, let's jump in and take a look at some of the other features available inside of this player. Now, over on the left-hand side of the screen for your video, you can see you've got your video dimensions. And if you click into this, you can turn on Gridlines if you want to. And with Gridlines, you can actually pull in Gridlines and make sure things are lined up the way you'd expect. So here are some Gridlines on my video proof. And if I play those through, again, the Gridlines stay there, which is really great. So you can, like, pin on something, and then you can play the video through and make sure that the Gridlines are still showing all the things that you need them to do in terms of alignment. So all of that information is there as well with Gridlines on video, which is available by going down here and switch the Gridlines off if you don't need them anymore. So give you an idea of how you can use that. The Gridlines, by the way, are also available in the Magic Tools. So you can come to the Magic Tools and you're able to turn on Gridlines here if you want to as well. And we think they're a pretty cool feature for just checking alignment across an entire video. So you've got that there as well. Now I wanted to switch over and take a look at some of the other features, which are very, very standard PageProof features. And these are things like, you know, checklists. So you can add checklists to video if you want to do that, and that will pop a checklist up for your video reviewers to go through and make sure the things they're checking are all done. You can also do the compare if you want to as well. So you can see with this particular proof, I've got two versions. So I've got version 1 and version 2. You can go back to the previous version if you want to. But if you want to compare two videos, simply click the compare icon right here. That will put the two videos up on screen side by side. So you can see, right, there are the two videos, version 1 and version 2. And you can go through, you can, these are linked together, so they'll play together. If I hit the play button, you'll see they play together. You can also unlink them as well and then play them individually. So you can kind of say, well, let's play this one to this point, and then we'll play this one to this point. So you've got the option to link them together so they play simultaneously, or you can unlink them so you can play them individually. So, okay, let's go out of the compare mode and back into standard mode. The next thing I wanted to show you was the integrations with other tools. So you can see we've got markup on this proof right here, and I want to know how that looks inside of Premiere Pro. So if you go to Premiere Pro, you'll see that we've got a PageProof plugin here. So this PageProof panel is available for use inside of Premiere Pro. And this will show you all of the comments that you have in PageProof for that particular video showing up inside of your video tool. So here we are in Premiere Pro. You can actually click into the comment and you'll see it jumps to that spot in time, just like it had in PageProof. It's now showing up inside of Premiere Pro, and I can go through and make the changes and mark these off. Now for video, what we recommend, especially if you've got a lot of edits on a timeline, it's probably best to work from the last comment back the other way. It seems counterintuitive, but if you start making edits at the start of the video, it's going to affect the change times of the video as we go forward. So start from the reverse and work back, and you'll have the best experience of making your edits inside of here. So you can do that. Okay, so inside of here, you're also able to upload new versions directly from inside of here as well. And as I've said, if you hover over these markers here, it'll show you the time, and also it'll show you the comment inside of here as well. So all of those experiences are showing up inside of Premiere Pro. Now, going back to PageProof. Now, as I said, we can do support for other formats. GIFs are an important one. So you can put those inside of here if you need to, and that will play those GIFs. So if you've got any sort of GIF files, we're able to put those onto a timeline so you can work through those as well. If you have large videos, this is something that is fairly common when you're working with video content, and you want to upload something that is pretty large. The best way to get a large video into PageProof is to put it into a storage provider like Dropbox or Box or Google Drive or Microsoft OneDrive, and then you can pick up the file directly from that storage provider. Now, if I go back to my PageProof dashboard, from inside of here, when you're creating a proof, all you do is say, hey, I want to go to Dropbox. You choose the video file from inside of there, and you can upload it. Now, if the file is less than 2 gigabytes, you can just drag and drop inside of here. But if your file is larger than 2 gigabytes, the best way to get that file into PageProof is to use the storage providers to provide that to us, so that we can take the file and do the video for you. All right. So the next thing I wanted to cover off for you is taking a look at something new. So we've discussed working inside of PageProof for your video, for the video editing, or sorry, the video proofing. We've talked about Premiere Pro for doing the editing work. There are some workflows that may not be using Premiere Pro. They might be using Apple Final Cut. So yes, what I'm about to show you is a very quick preview of the Apple Final Cut Pro plugin, which is coming very, very soon. So I'm going to switch over now to Final Cut Pro, and there is a plugin built here that we have for Final Cut Pro, and this is it showing here. So here I have Final Cut with that video that we were just working on. if I click into here, it loads the comments. So you can see here all the comments over on the right-hand side. And we've got information about the proof. And you can click into here and we advance the video to exactly where that changes. You can see spans if you want to, and multiple pin support as well. So you can even jump through the multiple pin support for one comment, all built into the Final Cut thing. So you can go in here, we've got multiple pins, jump around those multiple pins inside of here. And this one is taking you back to the start of the span and also the beginning of the span as well, if you need to do that. So this is the Final Cut Pro plugin that we are releasing. It is only a matter of maybe a few days or a week away, and you'll be able to install that into Final Cut Pro and get the features of PageProof inside your Final Cut Pro workflows. So that's the announcement for today, is Final Cut Pro support, and there will be more video editing applications coming to PageProof over the next few months. So you'll see some others showing up as well. So thank you very much, everyone. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you again soon for the next PageProof Academy. Thank you. Bye for now.